All right, let's get ready to deep dive into onions. Yeah,
Onions.
onions. Specifically, all the health benefits that might be hiding under those
Yeah,
layers.
those pungent layers.
Pungent is a good word for it.
Yeah.
I brought an article from Healthline called Nine Impressive Health Benefits of Onions.
Oh, very nice.
Let's peel back these layers and see what's going on. Right off the bat, they're calling onions a nutritional powerhouse.
They really are.
I'm seeing vitamin C here,
Mm-hmm.
B, vitamins, potassium.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't get enough potassium. So that's one thing that's pretty amazing about onions is they're so accessible, they're inexpensive, they're everywhere, and they can really help you boost your potassium.
It's like a secret weapon for potassium deficiency. But speaking of superpowers, the article also says that onions might be a heart health hero. They mention antioxidants and this compound called quercetin.
Yeah, quercetin is a flavonoid, a type of antioxidant, and it's really interesting because studies have shown that consuming quercetin-rich onion extract daily can significantly reduce blood pressure.
Wow, so just by adding more onions to our diet, we could be doing our hearts a big favor.
Absolutely.
Very impressive. And speaking of red onions, the article mentions a study linking higher anthocyanin intake to a lower risk of heart attacks. I know anthocyanins are what give red onions their color, so maybe swapping yellow onions for red could be a good move.
Yeah, it's definitely something to consider. Small changes like that really can add up over time and really benefit us in the long run.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. The article talks about onions potentially having anti-cancer properties,
Mhm.
and I know there's been research into allium vegetables like garlic and onions, and they're linked to a reduced risk of certain cancers.
Right. It's important to approach this with cautious optimism. While the research is promising, it's not conclusive. But, we have seen in studies that people with higher onion consumption do tend to have a lower risk of certain cancers, like stomach cancer and colorectal cancer.
Okay, so while we can't say that onions are a guaranteed cancer cure, they might play a role in prevention.
Exactly. And it seems like they contain compounds like onion A, which has shown them very interesting anti-tumor activity in test tube studies.
Okay, that's definitely given me some food for thought. Now, this next one really surprised me. Onions might help regulate blood sugar.
Really?
Yeah. So this could be huge for people with diabetes or prediabetes. How does that even work?
Well, it seems that quercetin, that powerful antioxidant that we talked about earlier, might be playing a key role here too. Studies suggest that it can interact with cells in the body and influence how they process and regulate blood sugar.
That's amazing. But wait, isn't there also some talk about onions and bone health? I always thought that strong bones were all about calcium and dairy products.
Right, dairy is important, but research suggests that onions might contribute to bone health as well. It seems that they might help reduce oxidative stress and bone loss, potentially leading to stronger bones.
Wow, so onions could be giving our bones a boost too. I'm starting to see these onions in a whole new light.
That's great.
They're like little health warriors in disguise.
Yeah.
Incredible. Okay, before we get into even more onion awesomeness, let's take a quick pause.
Okay.
We'll be back in a flash to explore even more surprising benefits of this humble vegetable. Stay tuned.
All right, sounds good.
Welcome back, everyone. Before the break, we were talking about all these surprising health benefits of onions. We've covered heart health, blood sugar, even bone strength. But, we also touched on how versatile onions are in the kitchen. Does it matter how we prepare them, though? Like, does cooking affect the nutrients?
Oh, that's a great question, and one that I get a lot. While some nutrients, like vitamin C, do decrease with cooking, it's fascinating because cooking can actually make other nutrients, like quercetin, more easily absorbed by the body, so you're still getting those benefits whether you're enjoying them raw in a salad or cooked up in your favorite dish.
So no need to stress over raw versus cooked.
Exactly.
Good to know. Now, the article briefly mentions onion juice. Is that like a super concentrated way to get those good compounds?
It can be. You know, Onion juice has been used in traditional medicine for ages, and there's growing interest in its potential, especially for hair and skin.
Yeah, like those DIY onion juice hair masks I see people swear by all the time online.
Exactly, exactly. Some people say it can promote hair growth and prevent hair loss. Now, we need more research to back that up, but it's definitely intriguing.
It just shows how much we still have to learn about the power of plants, right?
Absolutely.
Speaking of learning, I was curious about onion A, that compound you mentioned earlier.
Hmm.
The article suggests it might be powerful in fighting cancer.
Yeah, onion A is definitely one to watch. It's early days, but lab studies show it can slow down tumor growth and even the spread of some cancers, like ovarian cancer. It's amazing to think that something as simple as an onion could play a role in developing new cancer-fighting strategies.
I'm realizing I need a bit of a refresher on prebiotics.
Yeah.
The article says onions are a good source, but I'm still not entirely clear on how those work.
Sure, so think of prebiotics as food for the good bacteria in your gut. It's like fertilizer for your gut garden.
Okay.
We can't digest these fibers ourselves, but our gut bacteria can, and that's where the magic happens.
So the onions feed the good bacteria, and then those bacteria do good things for our bodies.
Exactly. They produce short-chain fatty acids, which have been linked to all sorts of benefits like better digestion, immunity, and even mental health.
So a healthy gut really is the key to overall health, huh? It just makes me appreciate onions even more. They're like this multifaceted health gem hiding in plain sight.
That's a great way to put it. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful allies for our health are right in our own kitchens. We don't always need fancy superfoods or supplements.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've talked about onions being heart healthy, good for blood sugar, potentially protecting against cancer, and now a boon for our gut health. What else is there? Is there anything we've missed? We've covered so much ground already from heart health to gut health, but
Ah.
I have a feeling there's more to this onion story. Is there anything else that stands out to you from the article?
We've talked a lot about the physical benefits, but there's another aspect of onions that I think is really interesting. It's their potential impact on our mental well-being.
Wait, onions and our mental health. Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, remember how we were just talking about the link between gut health and overall well-being?
Yeah.
Well, it seems that those prebiotics in onions can actually influence the production of neurotransmitters in our gut. And those neurotransmitters can really affect our mood, even how our brain functions.
So by supporting our gut health, onions could be indirectly giving our mental health a boost too.
That's what some researchers are thinking. The research on this gut-brain connection is still ongoing, but it's a really fascinating area of study. It just adds another layer, you could say, to the onion's impressive list of benefits.
I'm telling you, we need to start giving onions way more credit.
Ah.
We started this whole thing talking about how they make us cry, and now we're uncovering all these incredible ways they support our health from head to toe.
Right. It really highlights how much wisdom nature holds. Sometimes the most powerful solutions are right under our noses, or in this case, in our pantries.
Absolutely. So the next time I'm chopping onions and reaching for a tissue, I'll remember that I'm also prepping this amazingly versatile ingredient that can truly nourish my body and my mind.
And that brings me to a question for you and for our listeners. What other everyday foods might be hiding these kinds of surprising health benefits? What's in your kitchen waiting to be explored?
That is such a great question to ponder. So everyone, go on a kitchen adventure, embrace the power of the onion, and stay curious about the potential of the foods we eat every single day.
Until next time, happy cooking and happy eating.